Hey everybody, Conscious Media Brandon Ross. Sorry if you were trying to join my live stream with this. Mercury retrograde, man, it's going to set you back. So let's talk about dreams for a minute. How crazy have your dreams been the last couple of weeks? You know, we had the eclipse a week ago now, a week ago Thursday. And we've just kind of had this craziness that we entered into. And then we hit Mercury retrograde. See also why I'm recording this to upload it. But I did a deeper dive, and I've actually been hearing from like a lot of my clients, a lot of friends, a lot of people I coach, and I recognize that what was happening was I was hearing kind of the same theme, where it was like nondescript specific stuff. Like it was a very specific dream, like you were able to remember specifics about your dream, like what you were eating or who was there or whatever. But then there was also an addition of a very nondescript thing. Like the event was unclear or the activities were unclear and you weren't necessarily doing anything, but you were definitely involved. The dreams have kind of been off the hook because of what is known as we're sitting in the dragon's tail, the dragon's hole, if you will. Comments to yourself about that. But it is the time between the north and the south node eclipse season. So one of them happens at the north node, the other happens at the south node, or vice versa. In this case, it happens to go in that direction. And what's happening is that you are in this moment of reflection. You are in this moment of deciding how it is that you want to approach things. Enter our old friend and astrology crasher, Ophiuchus, who was almost the 13th sign of astrology. Now, there's reasons why he's not. The biggest one is that it just doesn't fit. We're not going to rip up, years and decades and millennia of working with one set of astrological rules so that then, this Karen gets his run. No, what we're going to do is recognize that he's still got a place in the sky, but it's not necessarily in astrology. It is during the eclipse season, however. Woohoo, here we go. We found a place for you, Ophiuchus. So where it sits in the sky is literally right in between Sagittarius and Scorpio, right? Ophiuchus is actually the serpent tamer, the one that actually is a serpent bearer who's actually able to really kind of connect the dots. In further astrology to this, before Scorpio was actually Scorpio, it was actually the dragon. Like millennia ago, it was referred to as the dragon. And Ophiuchus sat very nice and tight right next to Scorpio. And here he is standing on top of him. By the way, ancient astrologers will look at this and go, oh, let me show you where the dragon's tail is, and let me show you where the dragon's head is. They actually incorporated the other stars connected around him, and were able to show the dragon's head. As a matter of fact, that one that's sitting in between the claws was actually its snout. And, of course, the tail actually was a longer tail and incorporated the stars beneath it to have a long wrapping tail. So just understand that even astrology has retold stories. So Ophiuchus shows up, and Ophiuchus is kind of like, I'm going to help you be a great healer because I'm going to help you wrestle the serpent. I'm going to help you, stand on top of the Scorpio so you don't get stung. I'm going to be optimistic and bring you to a mythological way out, a positive entry, such as like a Sagittarius, the next step. And when you start to break it down, you start to realize that what Ophiuchus actually is someone that helps you tame your demons. This is a great time for you to do reflective work. A lot of people talk about how you're not supposed to be manifesting right now. You're supposed to be reflective. You're supposed to kind of bring things in. For just 3 weeks, in a rare occurrence, Ophiuchus takes center stage and is able to show you how to heal by taming your inner demons, your inner dragon, your inner Scorpio, your secretive stuff, the things that you've kept within yourself, the things things of like jealousy and gluttony and all of the other, 7 things that we can mention here. But it is about wrapping your arms around it so that then you could be whole. That's why your dreams have been a little over the top, right? And notice how they have been nondescript, but very vivid. They're bringing you to something. They're not scaring you. They're showing you. That's why we say in astrology, this is a great time to be shown what to do, but not necessarily to manifest what to do. take stock in this. You'll have time to manifest. Don't worry. We've got full moons coming. We got other things coming. But right now, especially during this Mercury retrograde, you're reviewing. And it has a lot to do with relationships. Your relationships with other people and faith and money and your job and your career and all that stuff. That's why all of this is coming through the way that it is. By the way, just in case you were wondering, this is what our chart would have looked like had Ophiuchus actually become part of the astrological chain. It would have been a U with a squiggly line through it. In other words, like, I'm cutting in, do you mind? And boy, would it have screwed up the dates. I mean, realistically, we would have been like all over the place, right? And it would have changed all of the other astrological signs. Now, instead of living in this nightmare alternative world, let's just kind of get back to what Ophiuchus actually really can help us with, and that is with this nodal work. It is also known as shadow work. It is personal shadow work, though. This is not things that you're supposed to project on other people. It's things you're supposed to work on for yourself, to build your confidence, to build your strategies, to be able to do it better next time. This is part of the reason why I always say keep going. In this case, I need you to be reflective, so then you can keep going afterwards. But recognize that this is an opportunity for you to have your dreams go crazy, get yourself a good journal, start jotting it down, and have it make absolutely positively no sense. I have talked to no less than 10 people in the last week, and none of their dreams really make sense. But they're exciting, they're vivid, they're intriguing, but I don't know. This is a time for you to put it down. I don't know what it means. I'm giving you free advice here. Put it down so that you can go back and review it later. Because Ophiuchus is also a healer. Showing you this for a reason. Having gone through my Chiron returns, I'm here to tell you, I learned so much in perspective as I put it along. This is your time to heal. Whether you realize it or not, you're being forced into a healing mode. I mean, look at all of the things that are happening into the world. And oh, by the way, can we stop and talk about how Disney had the fire dragon, had the Fantasia dragon go up and smoke? I mean, come on. Pay attention. Out in California, there was a malfunction. A few people had a little smoke inhalation. They'll enjoy a couple of weeks off. They'll be back by Memorial Day. But, listen, glad nobody got hurt. But this is how the universe sometimes sends us messages. Sends us messages by saying, here's a headline news. Maleficent catches on fire. And guess what? Maybe that's something for Disney to go, maybe we shouldn't, glorify the bad guy right now. Maybe this is your opportunity to be like, I love Disney, but, what do I spend money on? Maybe it's you saying, hey, I got to take the kids on a trip. Hey, maybe it's the idea that this could burn you alive. This could eat you whole if you don't play it right. Come on, guys. The Serpent Tamer was in Disney. He tamed it by torching it. What should Disney take from it? I don't know. Maybe it's about looking at it and being like, we don't have to pick every fight. You don't have to be in every fight that you're invited to, right? And it's also California, which tells me something too. But here's a dynamic for it. For you personally, great time to write down everything in your dream journal, even if it doesn't make sense. Number 2, you're also going to not overly manifest. In other words, you're not going to be like, I need to win. I need to blah, 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 blah. No, this is a time to observe, not manifest. And last but not least, you are preparing yourself to reconcile things like relationships, to get yourself through them, to give it closure or to allow it to let it go. Either way, by the time May 5th comes around, by the time we go direct, I think it's the 13th, it's 10th, 11th, 12th. Anyways, it's right after that then we can fully just kind of let it go. This is a time of self-reflection and self-healing. Pay attention to it and work within your dreams. All right, guys, Conscious Medium Brandon us, giving you the hard tap so then you heal the right way and you tame your inner demon. I want to thank you guys for being a part of things here. And remember, keep going.